So, thank you, Mr. So, shall I call you Roger or Mr. Wat?
Just call me Roger. Yeah,
Roger.
Roger's
So,
just fine.
thank, thank you, thank you so much for connecting with us today, Mr. Roger Ward. But you've been fabulous. It's been fabulous speaking with you and live speaking with you because you've been always the motivation for us to move forward and to in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, I guess thank you to you and to all the people around the world that are excited about this technology because it can help every single human being on the entire planet, regardless of where they're born or where they live today.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So I'll just move to the questions because we have some really good questions at now. And to start off, tell us a bit about your journey into the BTC world and how did you first become aware of the Bitcoin?
Sure. So I guess it probably started by reading science fiction books as a kid. And these people in the science fiction books, they have this, internet money that they can use to send and receive money with people all over the world. And they could do it privately and quickly and permissionlessly. And I was, everything in science fiction books are exciting. So like as a kid, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be neat if the world had that money? And then I heard about Bitcoin for the first time. And I thought, oh my gosh, the money from the science fiction books, it's finally here. Somebody finally invented it. So I've been spending all my time, promoting it ever since. Coming not too far away from 10 years now. We're over 8 years.
Yeah,
So time goes fast.
perfect. Perfect. So you were one of the earliest investors in wholeheartedly believed in potential of Bitcoin. So could you share with us what made you bet your money on the currency and why exactly did you predict the relevance in the future?
Sure. So I had the right background in having studied economics to know the origin of money and how something comes to be used as money. And then I had the right computer science background to understand how Bitcoin worked and that it couldn't be shut down or censored. And so put those two backgrounds together, and I knew there wasn't any doubt in my mind whatsoever that people were going to just naturally start using it as money. So my job was first to buy some Bitcoin, and second to go out there and invest in all the businesses that would build the tools to make it easier for people to start using Bitcoin as money. And here we are, people are using it all over the world now.
Perfect, perfect. So you have been dedicated proponent of the individualism and have spoken about resistant governments interference into personal matters, right? In what ways
Yeah.
cryptocurrency paved the path for lesser government control over individuals, especially keeping in mind concept of national cryptocurrency such as like petrol?
Yeah, and if you look at it around the world, the way the governments are able to control people the most is the control of the money supply, both through direct taxation and through inflating the currency and then restricting where people can and can't send their money. And if we take that away from government, then that means it belongs back to the people. So ask yourselves, would you rather you have control over your own money or some politician has control over your own money? And if you would rather have the control yourself, then cryptocurrencies are for you.
Perfect. What do you have to say regarding the recent attacks launched against your website, bitcoin.com? Do you firmly believe there is government-sponsored attacks?
Yeah, Google sent us a warning saying that they think government-backed attackers are trying to hack one of our accounts, and I think it would be naive to think that we weren't being a target because we're literally empowering individuals, and when you empower individuals, it means that you're taking that power back away from governments and giving it to individuals. And so, some governments, I'm sure, don't like that, but I think any reasonable person that respects human rights should love individuals being empowered to control their own lives.
Okay. So you believe in Bitcoin's potential to stop government from waging wars. But we have also seen in the past that how Bitcoin has been used to fund terrorist outfits and enable them to unleash destruction. So how can that problem be tackled? That is
Yeah,
something.
I don't think the amount of destruction that people have accomplished with cryptocurrencies, maybe buying and selling some stolen credit cards or some bad things like that, is absolutely nothing compared to the horror and devastation and destruction caused by governments using taxes or using inflation to build things like atomic bombs and drop them on people or to round up people by the millions and send them off to concentration camps and starve them to death. So uh, I'm almost at a loss for words for the difference between the amount of bad things that people can do with cryptocurrencies and the amount of bad things governments have successfully done with traditional fiat currencies. So we need to strip away the power from government to be able to build nuclear weapons and drop them on people or to round up people by the millions and execute them in concentration camps or round up millions of people that just want to buy or sell or smoke a plant or a powder that makes them feel happy and to ruin their lives. So let's take away that power and give it back to the individuals to be in charge of their own lives.
Makes sense. You were one of those influencers who accepted Bitcoin Cash hard fork. which was the majority of people was hardfork meant to provide sharks with two different coins that trading and actually earn a little extra instead of solving problems for digital currency itself. What do you have to say about this?
Yeah, I think people should use whatever's useful. And for me, when the BTC fees got to be over $50 each on average and over $1,000 often for fees for anybody that's running a business on BTC stopped being useful, and BCH is still incredibly useful. So at Bitcoin.com now, we're only focused on BCH, and we're building all the tools to make it useful for money as the world. And we're sure that people are going to find it useful. And if you haven't tried it already, please do give it a try. It's absolutely amazing. It's fast, cheap, and reliable, worldwide, uncensorable money.
Let's discuss this in depth. You have been number one advocate for Bitcoin Cash, and how does it stand out from altcoins trying to solve the congestion and slower transaction rate?
I think competition leads to better results. Just like it's a good thing that we have, McDonald's and Burger King and Carl's Jr. and they all compete to make better hamburgers at a lower price. And the fact that we have a whole bunch of different cryptocurrencies all competing to serve the market better, that's a good thing. So
makes sense.
And I wish them all good luck.
Okay. So how did increasing block size help in solving the problem of scalability in the Bitcoin system?
Well, the amount of block space that's produced should be set by the market based on supply and demand between the people that want to buy the block space, people using the currency, and the people supplying the block space, the miners. But instead on BTC, there was what's called a production quota imposed. So the miners weren't allowed to make as much block space as the market wanted to provide. As the market wanted to buy. And the miners wanted to provide. So that was an absolute disaster. And we've seen, BTC go from having 90-something% market share to less than 50% market share today. And now everybody's busy paying attention to altcoins to see which ones are going to be the most useful for them. So the adoption of cryptocurrency around the world has been delayed by several years. And that's time that can't be got back because of this block size limit.
Okay. So did increasing the block size actually helps because there are very rare situations where a complete block size is utilized and the mining time is still something that prevents rapid transactions. So let alone the million transactions per second on a centralized system. What do you have to say about this?
So the audio was a little bit unclear.
So did increasing the block size actually helps because they are very rare situations where complete block size is utilized? And the mining time is still something that prevents rapid transactions. So what's your view on that?
So transactions on BTC used to be instant and the blocks used to never ever be full. And then the BTC core, the Bitcoin core developers intentionally made the transactions slow, expensive, and unreliable. They've openly stated that it's their goal to make the transactions slow and unreliable and expensive. So Bitcoin Cash, we have the exact opposite goal. We want the transactions to be fast, cheap, and reliable. And it is, right? The Bitcoin Cash transactions are a 30th of a penny and basically instant. You hear lots of talk on the internet about Lightning Network, this and that, but there aren't any easily usable permissionless Lightning Network wallets. You can permissionlessly use Bitcoin Cash in less than 30 seconds on any smartphone. To use Lightning Network permissionlessly, it's going to cost you hundreds of dollars of hardware and take you probably at least a day to get everything all set up.
Okay, makes sense. What was Bitcoin SV in layman terms, and why did you not support the changes they proposed?
I wish the SV guys good luck, but it's not interesting to me. So it was a slight disagreement as to the order of which things should be done on Bitcoin Cash, and they split off and they have their own coin now, BSV. Good luck, guys. I wish you good luck. I genuinely do, but it's not a project that's interesting to me.
Perfect. So I'll move to the second last question of this evening. There was a rumor that you have helped buy hash rate for Bitcoin Cash in the all-out war for Bitcoin SV, which according to you has hash rates and doesn't matter where they came from in the video log from your YouTube channel, bitcoin.com. Wasn't that a risk, letting private mining firms acquire higher percentage of the mining hash rate, like top cross 50% of overall hash rate and increasing the risk of 51% attack?
All hash rate is bought. Every single hash on the network comes from hardware that was bought by somebody. So I kind of see that as a non-argument. Like every single Bitmain S9 out there was bought by somebody. So all hash rate is bought. So, and people are buying and selling hash rate with each other all the time. So I don't see that as any sort of an issue at all.
Perfect. So the major question for this evening, post the market crash of 2018, the crypto apocalypse was 2018, where the moment of doubt on Bitcoin ability to survive the future. If not, what was going through your mind?
I actually don't pay much attention to the price from day to day. I haven't looked at the price today. I don't think I looked at it yesterday. Like, to me, it's the underlying utility that's the most interesting aspect. And the long term price is driven by the amount of usage in actual commerce. So I'm busy trying to build all the tools to make cryptocurrencies useful in commerce. And to me, it still feels like, oh my gosh, BTC is a couple $1,000s, BCH is hundred something dollars, and all these other coins are tens or hundreds of dollars. Like, this is amazing. I remember when one single Bitcoin was less than $1. So the fact that it's down from about a year ago, so what? It's up a zillion times from what it was 8 years ago, or even 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. So what's your suggestions to individual investors who want to get into crypto but they are concerned about the pricing, whether it's right time to get in or not?
Yeah, nobody knows when the right time to get in is. So the probably good advice is to dollar cost average. So let's say you decide you want to buy $1,000 worth of cryptocurrency, buy $10 worth, for 100 days there, or $100 for 10 days, or just average it out over time, so that you're not all buying in at one particular day. So, and then my other advice is buy a basket of cryptocurrencies. We don't know which ones are going to really become popular all over the world in commerce. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket.
Perfect. Makes sense. Thank you, Mr. Roger Ward, and this is a pleasure speaking with you, Roger. And it has been great to speak with you, and hope to connect with you soon again.
Thank you very much. And for anybody that's interested to learn more, go and visit free.bitcoin.com. We're giving away free Bitcoin Cash to anybody who wants them. So that's free.bitcoin.com.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you.